Shout out to you though. You got. I'll let Nas think. You got a lot. Like y'all missing a quarterback and a wide receiver, bro. And you seem excited about this.
I'm very excited.
Did you hold on? I just want you got your affairs in order because I know your son's a senior. I know your son's a senior, and this is a very emotional time when it's time to cut out the lights and
at the
look
end
back
of the
on the
day,
end of your high school
your
career.
vision is attached to your victory. St. Joe's, y'all go out there and you have the vision. That's all you need. You need belief. The reason why Bergen is beating all these people is because they believe.
I agree with that.
They gotta believe. They've seen it before. They walking around like, whatever. They know, right? So what St. Joe's has to do is go borrow some belief. So
they selling that somewhere?
I don't know.
They don't sell that.
They can borrow my belief.
You need to know that's bulletin board material in every locker room.
And if you feel any way, please charge it to my brain and not my heart.
Of course, everyone wants that Notre Dame job. Everyone wants to be on NBC in prime time every week of guaranteed games.
Even when you make decisions going into your high school or transferring from your high school, those are big decisions that will affect the rest of your life.
The powerhouse, they're right in that Timber Creek area, like Sicklerville and all of that. But they got guys that have come to the big north and not just, be guys, but studs.
This week's episode is sponsored by Keep It a Buck Clothing. Stay true to yourself and what you wear, and keep it a buck.
Some people think what I do is easy, but they wrong. I'ma keep it a buck with you. I'm a different breed.
Move! Come on, work. Good.
Stay true to yourself and what you wear. Keep it a buck. Yes, sir.
I don't know if y'all recognize my brother on here looking like Mr. T. Marvelous. Marvelous. So, we're going to do it like we usually do it today. We got, you on here celebrating that Shabaz W.
Yes,
we
sir.
brought some help in from Central Jersey to get us right on the South Jersey, Central Jersey whole scene. Shout out to St. Augustine. Y'all in my DM, personal and business DM. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all got that W against Del Barton. Del Barton, y'all better stay out the inbox talking about we not giving y'all that love we supposed to give y'all because we give it to you and look what you did with it.
Right.
But we're going to get to it right away. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get straight to the Publix. It's winding down.
It is.
Bring us home.
Hey, big shout out to Cedar Grove, man. They steaming hot up there, man. Well-coached team. Knocked off. Big win over New Providence. East Orange campus.
Ooh. Grudge match.
Ooh. That get back. Or walk in your trap, take over your trap kind of thing. But East Orange, man, came back. Big shout out to West Orange, too, man. West Orange is a great football team, well coached as well. Shout out to DM, Coach Grant, and all of those guys up there. But East Orange was a sharp joint right now, man. Shout out to East Orange getting it done. They knocked off, was that Ridgewood or something like that? They played the week before that, and they come back. They rolled Warriors, too. You know what I'm saying? They made it happen. So congrats on their state championship. And then off to, the big Bulldog High, Malcolm X Shabaz, went up there to Bernards. I'm going to call you Bernard. All right? Go up to Bernards, and these guys was talking hella smack. Walked on the field. Coaches, they out there with they no shirt on. Oh. Right? And it was dope because some of them, they knew Speedy, they knew some of the kids or whatever, but how the one coach was just saying, like, yo, you ain't seen nothing like this. And then here come the fire truck come with the ladder and drop the big American flag down. I was like, ooh. Then I get there, I see the all. I know.
You said, God bless America, right?
Yeah, that's what we saluted the flag. You know what I'm saying? So
his ass whipping on us.
Hey, had to give it to him, but they tried it. They tried it. Yes, they did. They tried it. I just want to say this though, man. On the last episode, I talked about Romello tables. You know what I mean? And Romello tables, I said, believe in Romello tables. I was telling you how the kids used to be down on them, saying, "Oh man, Mello this, Mello that," but to see the way Mello pushed. I told Mello when he came to Shabaz, I said, this is different. That stands, the crowd, the city, they want to see you perform, or they gonna make you hear it.
It's like New York, like coming to the Knicks, the Yankees.
Your family gonna be in the stands, they're gonna have to go through that. But shout out to his family and him, they went through it, they overcame it, and now everybody's saying King Mello, King Mello, King Mello. That's the Mello we thought we was. Shout out to Mello. You having a stellar playoff run right now. Keep leading the troops. You got them. They believe in you. Let's do it. Zayden McDonald came up big plays, pass breakups, some good runs here and there. But most importantly was that fumble, the hit that caused the fumble for the kid Darius to recover. Our freshman Darius canceled, balling out, number 59. So if you watch the game, he is a freshman. Amari Gaines, big hits, controlling the defense, doing what he do. Ian Adrian. Big time Adrian. He's out, probably got like 6-7 touchdowns right now. You know, he had to sit a few games, but came to the Baz, he got his first few touchdowns, never scored a touchdown in high school, and got here, not even a reception, I don't believe. I think he was jet sweep king where he was at, but now to see him, he get the jets, he get the bubbles, he get the deep balls, he get the slants. So I'm glad to see you finally doing what you do, man, and you're happy and you look good doing it. I wanted to give a big shout out to Jalen Klein. Jalen Klein is doing what he do, man. Jalen Klein, tough running, tough yards. I just try to tell him, get the tough yards. He tried to break everything. Like, bro, you wilding now. All right, don't bounce just get the tough yards. And that's it on Shabaz.
So while we talking about Shabaz, right? You know I always got to come through with the news, right? So I'm noticing like a trend, whether it's my brother Darren Cooper, you know, he talked about the transfers, right? Then Tristal, we're watching the game this week, and at the end of the game, they mentioned something about the transfers, and it's like they wanna, every time you win, they want that to be part of your story. But here's the funny thing, though, right? Yeah. So usually when these schools that they claim go get kids, people fear them when they show up to Little League parks and all of that. Yeah. I'm gonna let you know some word about Shabaz. Go ahead. They saying Shabaz is showing up to private school games to get high school niggas out of the private school. They said y'all don't want the Little League. Y'all like Coach Prime. We don't recruit from the Little League. I
want 5 13 using it, but I need 12. I need 12 seniors.
They said y'all was last spotted at St. Joe's St. Peter's game, and y'all there shopping. So can you explain that to us? What the theory's going over there at Shabaz?
One, the kids that's there, their families. At the private school, being honest with you. They could probably come out of the youth program. Nas Oliver actually graduated from St. Peter's Prep. He loves his school. See, Bernard's and everybody else that we played prior to this, it's sad because like I said, when we walked on the field, everybody was hyped up about it. And then the coaches told them, when the game over, do not go to the press talking about we got transfers and all that. And as soon as the game over, that's all you see in the newspaper. They don't even celebrate our win. They just talk about the transfers and all this other stuff.
Well, the thing they have to realize that you are the coach and president founder of Brick City Lions. Brick City Lions is a Newark football team. Right. So if these kids transferred and went to private schools or went wherever, they left Newark to go where they went. They transferred technically, they came back home now, and maybe more likely because you are there and they trust in you. These people need trust. And before you got to Shabaz, they didn't have that trust. They're going to follow you the same way they followed you through Brick City Lions. So you're going to get more transfers, probably, right? Because they trust back you. Home, they're going back to Newark.
But that's not illegal, and that's what I try to tell people like this. So when they do go to the Joes, the Boscos, the Bergens, the Preps, they do say, "Oh, we got these kids from Newark," right? But now that they back at Shabaz, where they from? Jersey?
Right.
Riverdale, Montvale, Ramsey.
No, the buses come
It's not like when they go to college And then just because they went to Don Bosco, it says from Ramsey, New Jersey. I see that output thing. Like, no, he's from North. You know what I'm saying? But I thank you for. I mean, it's crazy.
It's so we just want to make that very clear. Like, they may be transferring to Shabazz, but they come from Brick City. A lot of them went to play for Brick City Lions.
These guys know that.
And that's what it is. They trust in you, and you're doing a good job. Keep going.
No doubt, man. Big shout out to my guy, Will Valdez.
Oh, yes. Can we talk about that?
Will Valdez. Yeah. Let's get right. Will Valdez and my guy Get Right, man. They back at it again. Yeah. That was a big game against PCTI.
Yo, look at the goosebumps, right? So
that was one of I was watching your game. And then I had to come. No, matter of fact, I was watching your game on the laptop, and then think Zone 6 went live on the phone. So I tapped in Zone 6, and I was just like, oh, this is a game.
Shout out,
By that time, shout out to you, Justin. Thank you. I know the phone died. We was out here like, what happened? But y'all started winning, so I'm like, all right, Shabazz is good. Now we're going on to PCTI in Union City. So PCTI goes down. He went live, and it said last drive. So I'm like, all right, let's see. Did you go on at that time?
So, no, I was actually on a little before that. And at that last drive, we get, right? So Gabe Miles he went berserk. Shout out Gabe Miles, man. I'm going to circle back to Gabe Miles. But so, Union City is up. It looked like this one's over. And Gabe Miles led the charge back down, man. Shout out to the receiver, Jaden Santiago. He was big in the final stretch as well. They go down, they score. They leave Union City like a minute and 40-something seconds on the clock or something like that. And immediately, it seemed like it should be over.
Because they run the ball?
But whenever I see kids on the sideline hugging and high-fiving, and there's a minute left, minute and change, I've seen that story end the way this ended too many times. So I'm watching them, and I'm like, it's a sudden bad feeling. So they kick, and they don't kick them back deep. They kick it midfield. Which they gave Union City the ball at midfield. Now,
at that point, I'm sorry to cut you off, but at that point, it was 50 seconds left. Just to clarify how little bit of a time there was left. When they kicked the ball, it was 50 seconds left. Now
50 seconds left to go 50 yards, right? And I can say that for me, I want you to go 80 yards. Right. I argued with her about this before. I want you to go 80. I like my time with that, especially when you're a predominantly run team. But Union City came out with the trick bag, right? So the kid, Xavier Rodriguez, comes in at quarterback. The kid is 6 of 9 for 107 yards and 2 touchdowns. The man starts moving the ball. The Brick City Jazier Arelis, who he was, he had 19 carries for 184 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Can we put the clip? There's a clip. We're gonna put the clip here. What?
Yeah, so he started getting in his bag, right, and then they get down, and it's like 10 to 15 seconds left, and Xavier Rodriguez finds the wide receiver in the back of the end zone. No, it wasn't even back in the end zone. He found him, the kid, cut back on a slant, scored a touchdown, and I look, and I'm like, oh, man. It's like, at this point, 10 seconds or something left, and I'm just like, just enough time to catch the ball and, do all the other stuff. PCTI got the ball from one last drive. Didn't work out their way, but again, I'm a circle, right? This was one of the best high school games I've seen, period, public or private. Like, especially with the history of PCTI dominating Union City in this series. So they're on the roof. Union City crowd is partying. Gabe Miles cut the lights out. It's quiet. It's over. Like, you can just feel the lights drop out of there, and then they come back to win that. And it was bonkers.
Will Valdez's speech was crazy before the game.
It usually takes that, but I do want to say shout out to Union City, man. Like, hard fought game. Y'all gave the crowd everything. Like, that game was worth $25 to get in.
You could feel the energy through the phone. I just want to say that. Like, you seen it, like, shaking. Like, it's the rooftop and everything.
Going, yeah.
And you can feel the energy. That was an amazing game to watch.
I mean, so we watched. It reminded me back again. I always bring this up because there's a thing I learned when Masai Maynard was in high school. I remember that was St. Joe's championship year with all of the Division I kids on defense and all that. And Masai Maynard went up there with St. Peter's, and they lost. But the way he played that game, you was like, wow, Joe's deserved that win, but Masai Maynard didn't deserve to lose. That's what Gabe Miles was that day. I mean, Gabe Miles, just to go into his stats, Gabe Miles was 11 for 21, 168 yards, two passing touchdowns. But then he was 15 carries for 111 yards and 2 rushing TDs. He's spinning, stiff arming, taking the edge. Like, he looked grown out there. And it was like, so much so I watched. I didn't even cut it off when the handshake was going on. Because that game was so good, I wanted to watch the handshake. And I watched Will Valdez grab Gabe, and I don't know what he said to him. But I know he had to say, you scared the shit out of me, kid. He balled. And you know, I don't have favorites in this game, but I really wanted to see Gabe get that. Right. And I'll tell you why I wanted to see him get that, because he has been against the odds his whole career. You know, as a quarterback, you go to many organizations, and if your father's not coaching, you don't get the nod for the QB. So I'm going back to when he was in New York. His father picked up and moved to New Jersey just so Gabe can get a fair shot at playing youth league football. You know, that's how he ended up. So he's coming, he's like, yo, I got to get out. Where can I go? I said, listen, you got to go to Brick City or Silk City. So which means he got to move to Newark or Patterson from Rockland County. And the reason why I said that to him was because I'm like, you got to go somewhere where a lot of fathers don't coach. Right. That's the only way he's going to get a shot. And his whole career, it was kind of like that. And just see that moment where it was like, this is you now. Like, and make no mistake, you looking like that guy. And you brought him back and ran in the last touchdown, like 35 yards to win this game. And it's like, for all you've been through, this is finally it. But Will Valdez and them had something else on their mind. But it was a great game, man.
Shout out to the kid who caught the 2-point conversion.
One-hand catch.
Crazy. That was amazing. Jordan Larasanti, forgive me if I said your name wrong, but shout out to you. That was amazing.
So PCTI ties the game. They tie it up. Again, it's a minute something left. They went for 2.
Yeah, that's what I said. Okay.
They went for 2, so I'm like, oh, this is big. So the crowd's going wild. I mean, it's bananas, and
it was tied when they went for 2 or down.
Tied. And
tied.
No, so down one.
Down one. The field goal, you're right.
So the field goal would have made it tied
up.
Yeah. I was like, oh, they disrespectful. I'm in the chat like, they disrespectful. Not knowing. What?
And then I see Gabe drop back. I'm wondering what they're going to call. And it's like the pressure was good and all that. And then he lofted it up. And I'm like, oh, he overthrew him. It was high. Dude snagged it over another person, one hand.
He wanted it.
And it was hungry. It was so dramatic. That's why the kids were really hugging and thinking it was over, because it was like, this is over now. I thought it was over, but then I'm looking at that. But man, that was a hell of a game.
When I was like, 50 seconds left. Now do what I like for you to do with 50 seconds left, and they did it. You see?
I think they should have kicked it deep though. I think PCTI, they can get that back. I get it. I don't know. I just think I would have made them have to go the length of the field.
I would have too.
You know, but maybe they was avoiding somebody there, because Jazier Arelis, he was on something that, and I don't know if he's the deep guy. I couldn't see that. But if they saw that, maybe they're like, yo, we struggle with this kid all day. Let's keep it
away from
you know
him. Some of these schools got to wake up, but you know, now we get into our South Jersey bag, and that's why we got our guy.
South Jersey, Central Jersey.
Right. What's up, y'all?
South Jersey, Central Jersey. This guy's a historian with South Jersey football, Jersey football, period. But
had to call him in for that help, because I got it all wrong with Del Barton. So I said, yo, save me, man. Save me. Like, you know, so what was popping in Central and South Jersey this week?
Well, I'm going to just piggyback off of what Nas said. So Point Borough beat Camden 15-7. But I want to give a shout out to Camden, because at one time they were just known to be a basketball school.
Right.
And Woodrow Wilson, now known as Eastside, they were the football school. And it was 1976 was the last time Camden won a football state championship.
Wow.
Until about 2 years ago. And they won 2 straight.
That's 38 years ago. No, that's 48 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And they just won 2 straight, but it's all because of Camden native Rob Henson.
Okay.
He's the guy that brought all the success to Timber Creek.
Okay.
He brought them 4 state championships. Then he had a short stint at Rutgers. And now he's the Camden coach or whatever. But they lost 15-7. And, Point Borough likes to run the flex ball offense. And their leading rusher only has 1,000 yards, but his longest run from scrimmage is 7 yards.
In that game?
No, for the whole season.
Wow.
What?
Yes, for the whole season. And
what are he averaging? Like 1,000 carries? Yeah, 1,000 yards?
Yeah. The quarterback has 13 completions only for 7 TDs. They like to milk the clock and keep the ball away from you.
That's got to be disciplined, though.
Yeah.
Because you can't get behind the sticks in a situation like that.
Right.
You know?
Yep. And they got a freshman named, he's a sophomore, Jake Clayton. He was a state wrestling champion as a freshman, started varsity football as a freshman, and started varsity baseball as a freshman.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go into Winslow, right? Winslow continues to roll. They beat Shawnee 32-8. Jalen Parker, QB, still on a tear this year.
High, bro.
Yeah, he was 12 of 15 for 241 yards and 3 touchdowns. Karan Ali had 16 carries for 125 yards. Your boy Cam Miller showed up again, 4 receptions for 66 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Wisconsin guy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I was talking about Winslow, and I was trying to understand where did they come from, right? Like, what's going on with Winslow, man?
Winslow's just a powerhouse, but they got guys that have come to the Big North, and not just big guys, but studs. They're start. You got Cam Miller, Jalen Parker, Marcus Upton going to Boston College. You got Karan Brookins going to Iowa State. That hasn't even stepped on the field this year, I don't think. You got Nakir Helton. You got Peterson. You got a bunch of guys. You got a freshman, TJ Maddox. A bunch of guys that have come to the Big North and be studs.
So I found that interesting when he was talking about the Sickleville area in Timber Creek because I remember back when, Paramus Catholic was on top. When Jabril was there and all that, we used to scrimmage Timber Creek every year, and they had teams. Like, they would give them work, right? Fast kids, like real fast. So shout out to Ahmed. Ahmed would keep it a buck. His son Marty was a linebacker for PC, right? So we go down there one year, and they gave us a lot of work. Like, yo, what's going on? Public school, that's what he was like, Dad, they were so fast. He said, I'm chasing them, and all I could do is taste dirt. He said, just dirt in my mouth, because they just kicking up dirt. They're so fast. So to hear you actually say that this is that same talent pool, it's just shifting buildings now. Now, because I was asking, like, what's up with Winslow? Where did this come from? Thanks for that, man.
Who else was down there that played?
So Atlantic City lost this week to Washington 27-6.
Atlantic City, they have a star receiver. I want to give a shout out to him. His name is Sinai the Graffin Rate. They call him Ice Cup.
Ice Cup. That's the kid going to Rutgers. I know Syracuse was huge on him.
Yes. All state 2 times.
Ooh.
Yeah. But their starting quarterback was hurt too, so that's why they lost. Well, could have been.
Northern Highlands, they got knocked out, man. Salute to y'all on a good season. Phillipsburg pulled that out 13-11. Heartbreaker there.
Yes, that's another traditional powerhouse, Phillipsburg.
State liners.
Yes. Physical brand of football. Me personally, I think they lost the last 2 years because they was focused on Easton. If you know about their Thanksgiving game, they've been playing for about 116 years. Easton, Pennsylvania. It's played at Lafayette College. Some years it's on ESPN. And it's about 15,000, 20,000 people come to it. But I think they were more focused on that instead of the state championship.
Jeez.
You said it, right? That's the Soul Bowl.
These turkey bowls be taking over, bro.
Because that's what the grandparents and all of that grew up on, right? And that's passed down, We're going to move right along. Ramapo lost to Morris Knowles as well. Grusser, he was 11 of 15 for 152, 1 touchdown.
Ramapo beat them.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. 35-28. I'm sorry. Ramapo beat Morris Knowles 35-28. Grusser was 11 of 15 for 152 and 1 touchdown. Dylan Rosano had 24 carries, 81 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Morris Knowles, quarterback, didn't do much with his arms, but rushing, he had 12 carries for 59 yards and 3 touchdowns.
That's another traditional power. They started 0-3, then they went on an 8-game winning streak, and this is their 14th state championship. And I want to give a shout out to Charlie Wingfield, best tight end in the state. He doesn't get the recognition. He's going to Wake Forest from Ramapo.
Wake Forest came up here quietly and made some noise.
He's that dude.
Absolutely.
He's that dude. They were trying to get him at Stanford.
Absolutely.
They were trying to get him at Stanford,
Nice. What about Millville? How did they do this week?
They blew out Brick Memorial.
So I want to apologize, too, because we've been calling Lodezaire Brooks for years.
Yeah.
That's not his name. That's not how you pronounce it.
Lacier Brooks.
Lacier. Lasir Brooks. On his way out, we finally get it right.
Listen, he has to get Player of the Year, man, because, listen, the boy done made All-State every year. Since freshman year, he was second team All-State. Sophomore and junior, he was first team. So he needs some type of Player of the Year.
Shout out to you, Isaiah Brooks.
Yeah. So what else we got in the Publix?
What else we got in the Publix? Toms River North and Rancaucus Valley. Very similar styles. Rancaucus Valley has a dual threat quarterback named Savion Adams. What's the other kid's name? Jameer Bellamy. They have a wide receiver by the name of Brody Dieter. He said he was offered to be a walk-on at Syracuse. But they lost to Toms River. It was 42-27. Toms River's 9th state title. And Toms River has a DM by the name of Blaze Bolin. If he was a couple more inches taller, he'll be an All-American.
Well,
he's a monster. He's probably only about 5'11". Yeah. Couple more inches, he'll be an All-American.
We see a collision course with Toms River and Union City. Is that the same?
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Nice, that would be nice.
What about Rumson, though?
That's what I was just about to ask.
Rumson, whoo! Rumson is a machine.
They are the collision course with who?
Shabaz.
Shabazzy. So who did they play this week? Do we know?
Rumson plays Point Borough, but Point Borough is a tough team. That's the team that just beat Camden.
All right, Point Borough, you gotta knock off Rumson.
Rumson is serious. Offensive line, defensive line. The offensive line is pushing your D-line to the snack stand. Their quarterback, serious. O'Toole, running back, Kellen Murray, serious. Wide receiver, Jordan Inkstreet, Nick Thomas, another receiver. They're serious.
They beat RBC, right?
They beat RBC 26-11, but it could have been 40-11 because they fumbled on the goal line, and then they took a knee going into the end zone fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Rumson.
Okay. Yeah, Rumson is serious.
Okay. All right. So that's it for the public. Says if we missed anybody.
Butler. Listen, man. Butler dog walk Mountain Lakes. The
Mountain Lakes.
Yeah,
that's the Mountain Lakes that
walked us.
Defending Group 1 champs, 42-7, led by PJ Coffee.
What was the score?
42-7. Dog walked them. All-purpose back, PJ Coffee, 3 touchdowns for 113. All came in the first half. Their offense and defense been serious all year, and they're on a collision course with Cedar Grove.
All right. Okay, so moving right along to the privates. Let's start with Don Bosco versus St. Joe's Metuchen. That was 45-6. I mean,
as they should.
Yeah.
But it gets good for Don Bosco next week, right? Because I got some people in my DM that want smoke, right? Don't forget my address after you see Don Bosco this week, right?
Listen,
I'll circle back around on that.
Bosco, you have a job to do. You got to represent the North. At the end of the day, go do what you do. All right. Bergen Catholic Seton Hall Prep.
Boat race.
Well, wait. You want to go to Group B? Or you want to stay here?
No, Bergen Catholic.
Okay. 41-10.
So here's the thing. I think that the state championship Group 4 is now be called the Bergen Invitational, right? And it seems like the Bergen. No, for real. It's really become the Bergen Invitational. You know,
whoever else is playing Bergen.
That part, because Bergen you just glows over us. Like, this is not fun. No. This is not fun to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Seton Hall Prep, we got to wait till we get to the Bergen Invitational, where I'm told if Bosco makes it to the Bergen Invitational, that they said that's not the place. Let me rewind. So there was some talk about Bosco guys allegedly shutting down Quincy Porter. Some Bergen guys let it be known to me that Quincy Porter owns MetLife. and that's not the place you want to see him. So that's the ticket that it looks like, could possibly, that Bosco can get invited to the Bergen Invitational.
That's cool, but we're not going to skip over. There's a game that has to be played first, okay? Bergen Invitational, which is cool, right? They've had it for the last 3 years, but they have a game that they have to win before, and we'll get there when it's time to get there. Okay. Shout out to Bergen for winning against Seton Hall Prep. There was a lot versus not much. Yeah. All right.
Shout out to the young pups at Bergen, man.
Right, they got some time to get in there and do what they do. All right, so who's next? Del Barton, St. Augustine?
Okay, so let's talk about that, right? St. Augustine, congratulations to you on that. Don't celebrate that too long because you guys earned that win 9-7, whatever, right? So we have to understand that the Del Barton team you played might have been the same Del Barton team that had to come back with one minute left to beat Paramus Catholic, right? Because they went through such a war with DePaul that talk about injuries, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about, we call it Beirut, right? Playing in this league, right? You look at Joe's, they're without 90% of their offense against St. Peter's, right? You look at, Bergen's so healthy because they just so deep, right? But you look at Bosco, they played X amount with a quarterback with one arm. This is what happens here. You limp into the playoffs. So, congratulations. Congratulations to St. Augustine. You did some great things. See what happens next week. And again, shout out to Kevin Minnick. I like the little, I thought it was cockroaches, but I looked real close. It was crickets. You shot me the cricket sign. I'm quiet for this week. But I know your address. Don't block me. All right, don't block me next week. You and your buddy with the St. Augustine Hermit logo. I'll be back.
Right.
And if you beat Bosco, then just send me some St. Augustine apparel because I'm gonna be up there kissing ass in Macy's windows on the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get to that when it's time to pick real quick. All right. So Paul 6. 45-14.
DePaul Invitational this year. And Red Bank won't be there. No one will St. Augustine be. We might be onto something, but we get to that.
Shout out to Derek Zammit. I have to say 10 of 14 for 215 and 3 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Doing what he does.
Yuck.
Okay.
How my boy Marquette Dorsey look?
I didn't watch the specific game.
No, so. 9 times out of 10 he probably balled out.
Okay. Shout out to you, Marquette, and everyone else. St. Joe's, Montville versus St. Peter's Prep. So the score was 27.
That was a bang out.
I'd like to express my frustration with National High School Football Network. I had to cancel my subscription. I can't watch any game at Joe's, right? You know what I'm saying? So like I was talking to my brother Sean Pena at Bergen. He's like, different times you coming over to Bergen bar. I can go to Joe's and watch any school while I'm at Joe's play. But I can't go somewhere else and catch a Joe's game because the stream is so horrible up there. And here I am paying for a stream and I don't get to see anything. Well, you get one possession and then it's rendering and loading the whole way. So, Nas, was it bang out?
It didn't feel like a bang out. I mean.
It didn't feel like one?
No,
you wasn't scared, threatened?
No.
So, I would think that it would have been worrisome, right? You go into half up 10-0. You go into the second half. You're already missing Lamar Best, right? Who's we can actually say accounts for 45% of your offense. Let's say. Then you lose Nate Bailey right out of the half, counting for another 40. So that's 90% of your offense going. So now we have back to what you were saying before. Now there's other guys that have to step up.
Right.
What was you seeing there? Bring us through that.
So I feel like they did have other guys, right? There were a lot of things that went not as they should want it to go. But at the end of the day, they did what they needed to do and they won. All right? And that's where it comes down. That's where it comes down to it, where you could say what you want to say. I did feel like it was too close for comfort. There's certain things that I tell you all the time. I'm like, punch them in the mouth, go all the way. Like I get that, certain plays are called and certain decisions are made because you have to manage the clock and things like that. But and my mentality, score. There were opportunities to score that I feel like they didn't score, but the score could have looked different. So you hear 27, you didn't watch the game, and you're like, oh, it's a tight game. It wasn't a tight game.
I mean, 2 scores.
I mean, were you going to be able to? So
right now,
first quarter, okay, 7-0.
So what was St. Peter's total offense? You got that?
They better get prepped now because they won't get them again. I'm telling you right now.
Here's their lead. Their lead. You want to say it out loud?
What?
Where is it? What?
Okay.
You want to look here?
I don't understand this.
You don't understand?
Okay.
Okay, so rushing yards total, they had 101. Receiving yards, they had 10.
Receiving yards?
Yes.
Quarterback ain't play?
He played. He was running. He was running. Like
there was 3 of 11.
I can see on Twitter. I thought he was getting busy.
For passing yards, he had 3 of 11 for 52 yards and 1 touchdown.
Prep gonna be scary next year, bro. I'm telling y'all now.
I think a lot of teams. I think a lot of teams will be scary next year.
Next year don't
Holy
count.
Spirit.
You tried to say
Holy Spirit is gonna be my sleeper for next year.
We can go there. Holy Spirit beat St. Thomas Aquinas.
Oh!
They were all freshmen and sophomore last year,
35-31.
just like Immaculata. And I had them as a sleeper. And next year they're going to be even better.
They're going to be scary?
Yes.
I might have to get them on the schedule.
If you don't mind, can I just speak on one more public team? I can't forget about these guys. Glassboro. The Saab brothers. You remember Keon Saab? His little brothers, Xavier Saab. He's ranked the 11th player in the country in his class and the #1 athlete. Him and his brother got offers from Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State. Then they got Kenny Smith. He was All-State. He's a sophomore at Group 4 Hamilton. He played 7 games and ran for 1,000 yards. And then they got Brandon Simmons, which is a D lineman, which another D1 player, Tyler Bright. They got about 5 D1 kids at a Group 1 school, which is unheard of. I think you guys should scrimmage them next year.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I think you should.
Get busy with them. Get a good week 0 game.
Yeah.
Bazzie and Glassboro. Should I go down there so they come up here? Which one?
Let's see what they're willing to do. Get on the athletic
They
director,
gonna
the
win
athletic
this year.
director,
More
and let them
than
do what
likely,
they're
they
going
gonna
to
win the
do.
stage. So.
Now go ahead though.
All right, so moving right along, RBC and St. John Vianney. You got that. You creeping back. You creeping back. You creeping back. 31-27.
I knew it.
Right.
That running back, right?
Abdul
Teray. Beast. He played that matter one, right? With the Huskies.
He had 177 rushing yards.
How many carries?
25 carries.
Okay.
1 touchdown.
Sophomore.
Yes.
Nice. Keep doing so. And now this week, for time purposes, we moving right along, right? They got to play Pope. So.
Yes.
St. John Vianney?
Yes.
So where you going?
Battle of the backs.
Let's go.
St. John Vianney.
I'm Big Popey.
Big Popey.
Can never bet against the Pope.
Okay. How about you?
Watch this.
I'm going St. John Vianney.
You got to. Only right.
I'm nervous.
Don't
be
nervous.
honest.
Stay with the St. John Vianney.
No, I didn't say I was gonna go with St. John Vianney.
Just trust me.
I'm
you want
gonna
to
go
with the win. You can't lose to him. Remember that.
I understand. I really don't want to go against. I know. I'm sorry. St. John Vianney. Yeah. Let's go. Pope. Okay. For the record, I would really like to go Pope.
I would too, but I gotta get some separation. Like I can't, because I see something happening.
I know what's going to happen, so that's why I had to go there. So thank you, Nas, for reminding me that. Okay, boom. So now DePaul, Holy Spirit. On y'all want to go one choir? DePaul. Okay. Who
the
else?
Campanelli Invitational. That's what Miles.
No, Don Bosco versus St. Augustine.
Bosco.
All right, now in Bergen Catholic.
Big Bosco.
Big Bosco.
Big.
Big Bosco. Bosco, do what you gotta do.
Capital B.
Okay, yeah. And Bergen Catholic versus St. Joe's.
Bergen Catholic.
Montville. This week?
You
this
know
week.
That?
It's 1 week.
And then, I can't even.
So that's why he's talking about Bergen Catholic Invitational and Soldier ready.
All right.
Soldiers, lock it up.
I'm going.
Shout out to you though. You got. I'll let Nas think. You got a lot. Like y'all missing a quarterback and a wide receiver, bro. And you seem excited about this.
I'm very excited.
Did you hold on? I just want you got your affairs in order because I know your son's a senior. I know your son's a senior, and this is a very emotional time when it's time to cut out the lights and
at the
look
end
back
of the
on the
day,
end of your high school
your
career.
vision is attached to your victory. St. Joe's, y'all go out there and you have the vision. That's all you need. You need belief. The reason why Bergen is beating all these people is because they believe.
I agree with that.
They gotta believe. They seen it before. They walking around like, whatever. They know, right? So what St. Joe's has to do is go borrow some belief. So
they selling that somewhere?
I don't know.
They don't sell that.
They can borrow my belief. I believe that Joe's can go in there and y'all gotta do what y'all gotta do.
They without Nate. Nate not playing this week?
Nope.
Nate got hurt in the game last week. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, soldiers do what y'all have to do.
So Nate is your leading rusher and your leading receiver. Lamar is your leading passer. Good luck.
I'm going Bergen big time.
Okay. I'm going Joe's.
Yeah, you should.
I am.
I'm about to catch up.
And we'll see.
Shout out to you, DM.
Fancy. Who would you like to go
Bergen.
with? All right. So it's everybody against me. Y'all heard what I said. Borrow my belief.
Oh, you going with Joe's
I'm
this time, but you went with Bergen last time when Joe's was full strength.
Right.
Oh, you can't repeat that. You couldn't do it again?
At the end of the day, I knew what I was doing. I told y'all I knew what I was doing. I knew that didn't count. It didn't matter.
It didn't work.
It didn't matter. I said Bergen out my mouth. I also told y'all what you say, what you speak out of your mouth.
And you did it. That's what happened.
Exactly.
So you did that today.
I'm a winner. I was on that winning team with you, okay? I win every time, okay? And I do whatever it takes to win. Remember that.
Right.
All right. So, Joe's, go do whatever you got to do to win.
Come on, Joe's.
Yeah.
All right.
That's another episode of Keep It a Buck.